Right, filming.
Alright, so we're going to change the gearbox oil on a Yaris Verso. I think it's 2000, this one. What I've found is that there's a large nut this side, the one at the bottom's for emptying it, and there's one. So the emptying nut is on the passenger side. The nut you take out and fill up with is on the driver's side. I've loosened the driver's side first to make sure that I can fill it back up once I've emptied it.
Yep.
I've also now loosened this one here. Now, I've managed to get a socket on it, quite a deep one, and the socket you need is a size 24mm. Yep. But what I did need is one of these, a breaker bar, and that just gives you more leverage to take it off, because clearly it hasn't been changed since it was new. So you will need something with a fair bit of leverage to take it off, and it just comes loose. So I'm just about to drain this now.
So you've got this on axle stands, haven't you?
Right, two axle stands, jack as well, just for safety. Yeah, I'm just going to remove that a little bit. I've got a basically biscuit tin from sweet tin from Christmas just to catch the old oil in. Right, you can see that's quite mucky.
So that definitely needs replacing.
Right, so this is a Yaris Verso.
Toyota Yaris Verso, yeah.
1.3, and it takes 1.9 litres new. Okay, so we'll be filling it back up.
Okay.
So that nut is out. I'm going to put that somewhere safe. That's that out. Right.
And we're also going to be, we'll do this in a couple of takes this year. We're also going to be putting some treatment in, and this is the oil we've got. This is the recommended oil.
Right, I'm just going to show you where the nut is to top it up. It's here. I don't know if Daniel can.
I'm not sure I can get that.
Come round, but it's actually.
Oh, it's right there.
So if you come from here along, up it's here. Now, looking at these, they're going to need some new seals on it. Just O-rings, so we'll put them on as well. They're the same size, and take a 24mm socket initially with a breaker bar on it.
So that's at the front of it, isn't it? That?
Yeah.
Don't know if you can see anywhere down there, but
there we are. That's the front.
That's the filling that.
Yeah, okay. And we'll be filling that back up through there.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be a little bit awkward, but
yeah,
we'll stick a bit of pipe in. We'll get around that. We've done it before. Okay.
Okay. So we'll let that drain out, and then we'll come back to it in a second.
Yeah. We'll just leave it a few minutes.
Come off the ridge plate. Right, back, yeah.
Right, so Toyota Yaris, placing gearbox oil. Yeah. Even in the Haynes manual says awkward to get back in. Well, you ain't kidding. So we've got some 75W9, so we need to get that in there, and we want to put some of this in there because it's an older car. I put it in my sister-in-law's car on a, I think it was a Renault, and the difference with putting this in is 13-14 quid.
So yeah, that's £13 from Euro car parts, and that's £9 for 1 litre. Yeah. At time of making this video,
we're going to need 1.9 litres altogether, including this. So,
okay, so yeah. We'll do a bit of minus
so things. We've got the nut out at the bottom. The same 24mm. There's one this side, and we've got the drainage out.
Okay.
I'm going to put the drainage one back in a minute, but we've got to get this back in there. So this is what we've done. I'm not saying it's right.
It's the best way.
We're working on gravel, as you can see. So I'm going to get into what we've done. If you see down, I've got a bit of copper pipe, 15mm. Yeah.
That goes into the front of the transmission.
You can just see it going in there. It goes where the nuts come out. You can see it going in. If you look closely at that, you can see some white stuff around it. Right. The copper pipe slides in real easy. It's a good fit.
Yeah.
When we're filling it back up, just to stop it leaking out, dripping everywhere, we've used some plumber's mate. Right, again, what I'm saying is, it's probably not how most people would do it, but we need to get around a problem and fill it up quite easily. So all I've done is pulled a bit of this out. It's a bit like putty, and put it round. Put it round where the copper pipe enters the hole.
Not in the thread, just
not in the
on
thread.
Outside.
But it won't do any harm if it gets in the thread, because it'll just create a great seal.
Yeah.
So that's how we've done it. So we'll come back in a minute. I'm going to put the drain plug back in and we're going to fill this back up.
Okay.
See how we go.
Right, we'll be back.
Yeah, okay, so I'm now putting the drain plug back in. If you can see where the socket is there.
Yeah, I've got it, yeah.
It's virtually in line with the wheel, and this is on the passenger side. It's the drain plug, yeah? So, just hold it in, just tighten it up your hand on your socket to start with. Yeah. Don't forget to put your drain plug back in. Right. There is a torque for this. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to tighten it up as tight as it was when I took it off.
It was pretty tight, weren't it? Obviously, yeah.
Extremely tight.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not been off for 14, 15 years. Just give that a wipe as well. So you can see if you've got any leaks. At the moment we've got the car on axle stands as well. Yeah. We're going to leave them on the axle stands while we top it back up. We know it's completely empty. It takes 1.9 litres. And the reason I'm leaving it like this so it drains back is we're filling it from the top because we're working on the gravel like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's just going to make life a lot easier. Right, I'm just going to leave that on there for a minute. Just a bucket in case we get a spillage. I can't think we should do. Okay, let me turn the torch off. Right, and now we're going to start filling.
Okay, so we'll come back to this in a second.
Okay, so we've got our little contraption, copper pipe with a bend on it. Plumber's made the bottom and some garden hose. We're going to stick that in there. And basically,
Push it down into
we're going to push it down. I can see the copper pipe down there.
It's somewhere under here. Somewhere under there. There it is.
I'm just going to let gravity. I'll take a little bit more.
Yeah, don't. You know, this is going to take what it's going to take, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it might be better.
We should be using a
bit of a rag
thumb on this, really. But
it just might make things a little bit more. There's no leaks coming from that copper pipe, so as sort of Heath Robinson it is, it does work.
I couldn't see any leaks when I was under there filming. How much is that taking?
About half already.
About half, yeah. So this takes, the 1.3 version takes 1.9 litres, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think the 1 litre version takes 1.4.
So if you buy this right, and you get, say, Euro car parts, it's 20 quid, but it could potentially save your gearbox. Because like any vehicle, it's all about, you know, fluids. I mean, this stuff is black in there.
So it's like engine oil.
What we have done as well, inside it was sticking a bit the gear knob, so we've taken the cover off. Daniel could probably just go around and show you that.
We'll do that as a separate video.
Yeah. We've just dropped some, now I've mentioned it, just dropped some 3-in-1 oil under the plastic cover where the gear knob is.
Okay, so we'll come back to this one.
And that worked. Yeah. Alright, so we've put the first litre of gearbox oil in. To be honest, it took about 5 minutes. Easy, got no leaks underneath with it, so this works. Just a bit of hose pipe and copper pipe. We've got 15mm with a bend at the end. It works. If you haven't got a bender, just get a Tektite elbow, push 2 bits together, straight up and going in there. But you could use this contraption.
You can use clear pipe.
Yeah, if you could get it in.
We have done it before, and
this is easier.
It's easy if you've got something that's solid that goes straight in.
Yeah, so just basically in. When we're done, we'll take the pipe out and show you what we've done. We haven't got any leaks, so that's the first litre gone. 1.9 litres, remember.
So,
right. So the next thing I want to do,
900mm from the next one, minus the Wins gearbox treatment, which is 125mm, I think. It's a bit windy today. So this gearbox treatment has a plastic nozzle on the end, but you have to cut it off.
Right, so it's 125mm in this. In fact, if I'm honest with you, it's not a bad idea just to put some of this in if you've got an older car.
So this is £13. Euro car parts, and we have used this stuff before on a Renault Clio.
Yeah,
and the
difference is incredible.
And I can honestly say it's a noticeable difference. That's why we're using it again.
So I've got 125 in here.
Yeah.
It takes 1.9, and I will take that off in a jug with the remaining stuff in a minute. So we're going to now stick this in.
So what is that stuff like? Is it like a sort of a...
Well, it's like a clear...
It's like a clear gel.
Yeah.
So, and this stuff apparently is... Use one of these for every 2 litres of oil you've got.
So I'm just pushing that through.
Use 2, etc.
And obviously then we're going to put some more...
This will go down the tube and in, and then it'll mix with the...
And we're going to put some more normal stuff just to wash this in.
Yeah.
This stuff here, this wins, stops any little leaks you've got.
And it actually, yeah, it does loads of stuff.
It lubricates the rubber seals on your gearbox and drive shafts. So really,
it's not a lot of money for what it does.
If you think about it.
And this is an older Yaris, this is a 2000 Yaris, so it's done quite a lot of mileage.
But it runs absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
This could save your gearbox on any vehicle.
So we'll come back to this in a few seconds when we sort of finishing up. Right, welcome back. This is the final part of the transmission fluid change for this Toyota Verso. So
I thought it'd be just handy just to recap and show you what you're going to need to do this. So it's a 1.3 Verso Toyota, 2000 plate. So Haynes manual says this is the gearbox all you need. We've got semi-synthetic. Bit of a gale blowing we're at the moment. You can see that's 75W90. Okay. Just to help things along, we put some of this in it. Lubricates the seals and the gearbox just to make the car last longer. About all of this with a bit of discount was about £23, I think, wasn't it?
From Euro car park.
Yeah.
Make sure you use the discount.
If you buy these bottles, they don't come with one of these.
Okay.
So
you need a funnel.
You either need a funnel or one of these off something else, but make sure you give it a good clean.
Just get a funnel if you haven't got one.
Little funnel. When we took the filler plug out, which is this side,
at the front of the engine.
the front, we used the copper pipe that we had lying around, which was bent.
Yeah.
We pushed it in the hole, literally like that, and we used a thing called plumber's mate, and just push that round. That was in the hole. This was round the hole. Even if this gets on the thread, it's not a problem. It is full sealing for plumbing. Just stopped any movement.
Like that, so that's the top of it. What we filled it with.
Yeah.
Using that or a funnel would go in the top.
Yeah. Basically,
travel
it was down here and we just pulled it in.
Yeah.
That worked to treat. We've tightened the nuts back up. We put exactly 1.9 litres in it. Initially, to undo the nuts, you'll need a breaker bar, which is one of these, or something with a bit of leverage. 24mm, they're both 24mm nuts. The filler and the drain plug are both 24mm nuts.
24, yeah.
Loosen the filler nut off first. There's no point you taking the drain nut out and emptying it and you can't get the filler, so you can't put anything back in.
And also
it helps you drain.
The other little issue apart from that is an airlock.
Yeah,
that's what they'll say.
So you do that.
Do it for as well.
Bit of rag, which we use just in case you need it. Stick some gloves on.
Yeah, because it's not very nice stuff.
And ideally, don't do it in January. Do it on a summer's day.
When it's windy.
But so recap: 2 litres. Yeah, need to take 10mm out of one. 100ml out of one, sorry.
1.9 total, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's 1,000 litres in each. You need to take 100 litres out, perhaps in a measuring jug or something. Yeah, and you need to put 1.9 in if you're replacing all the oil. Yeah,
yeah, which we are. Yeah,
which we are. If you're adding this stuff, you need to deduct another 175ml from what you're putting in. And these are basically the tools you need. Sat on here, and it took us.
And you could do with a torch as well.
Yeah, torch is handy to see where the nuts are. It took us, I don't know, say an hour or so. The car is on axle stands,
but I did go out and get this while you were
messing about.
So yeah,
and it is on a jack. So safety first. Don't risk it. There's a lot of weight in here, and you need to crawl underneath if you're doing it underneath. Yeah. Right. I hope this video helps somebody. It'll save you a fortune in the garage.
Prolong the life.
I know it's a bit Heath Robinson what we've done, but you know we're going to hang on to this. That's really effective.
At the very minimum, you would need a pipe roughly this size. It could be
15
clear tube from somewhere wherever you want.
But it might kink at the bottom, so that's why we use
Ah, yes, that's why, yeah.
and you haven't got any movement with this, it stays where it should stay, which was really good. So yeah, perhaps we'll put a pattern on this. Anyway, I hope that helps you.
Thanks for watching.